Hi, Assalamualaikum. Very good day. I'm Dr. Hidayah from the School of Civil Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, University Technology Malaysia. So first, I would like to welcome everyone to my lecture video. This video is for online learning for the course of IB Engineering. And then in this video, I will discuss on different types of pavement distress in flexible pavement. So stay with me. I hope this video will benefit you and others. Okay, let's start with why engineer needs to know about the different types of pavement distress. Of course, as an engineer, to be able to identify the different types of pavement damage will help you to maintain the road and lengthen its service life. This is actually related to the visual assessment that is normally conducted on site to determine the pavement surface condition or pavement distress after few years in service. And by having this data, the highway agencies can select or plan the best method for maintenance and rehabilitation works. As you can see from the slide, there are various types of pavement distress such as the cracks, surface deformation, surface defect, patches. Even the patches itself can become sort of distress if it's not done properly. And then potholes, age defects. So next, we are going to discuss in details about this pavement distress. Okay, first let's discuss about cracks. Cracks results from a partial or complete fracture of the pavement surface. It can be isolated or interconnected, which can cause first loss of waterproofing layers as the water can easily penetrate within the structure. And then the loss of load spreading ability due to the gap that will cause a stress concentration at the edge of the crack. And of course, that will reduce the material strength or the material's capacity. And then next, the crack also can cause the loss of fines from road base due to the pumping phenomenon, where the water will penetrate through the layer and weaken the fine materials. And under the action of loading, this fine will be compressed and then pump out to the surface, leaving no support at the bottom. Okay, and then crack also can cause, of course, loss of riding quality and loss of appearance. Okay, this sketch shows the different types of cracking, including longitudinal, transverse, edge cracks, block, crocodile or alligator, or sometimes they call it fatigue cracking, and crescent cracks. This slide shows the photos of longitudinal cracks. So longitudinal cracking are cracks that are parallel to the pavement centerline, and this can be as a result of pavement fatigue or poor joint during construction. So for treatment, less severe cracks with less than 12 millimeter opening can be sealed to prevent moisture from entering into the subgrade. So more severe cracks should be fixed by removing the cracked pavement layer and replace it with an overlay. Okay, next is the transverse crack, which are single cracks perpendicular to the pavement center line. Transverse crack can be caused by reflective cracking from the bottom layer, daily temperature cycles, and poor construction due to improper operation of the paver. So for treatment, less severe cracks can be sealed to prevent the water penetration, and more severe cracks should be fixed by removing the cracks layer and replace it with an overlay. Okay, this is block cracks. It looks like large interconnected rectangles, which is caused by the shrinkage of the asphalt pavement due to inability of the bitumen to expand and contract with temperature cycle. This can be due to the use of low penetration bitumen and poor choice of bitumen in the mix design. So for treatment, similar to previous type of cracks, less severe cracks can be sealed to prevent the water penetration, and more severe cracks can be fixed with an overlay. Okay, next is the alligator or fatigue cracking, which is a load-associated structural failure. This type of failure can be due to the surface weakness, a surface or base that is too thin, and also poor drainage. So for treatment, the only possible solution is to perform a full depth of patching. This is the edge cracks, which travel along the edge of the pavement surface. The most common causes for this type of crack is a poor drainage condition and lack of support at the pavement edge. So as a result, the base material will settle and become weakened. And then heavy vegetation along the pavement edge and heavy traffic loading can also be the main factor that contributes to the edge cracking. So to fix this problem is to remove any existing vegetation that close to the edge of the pavement and also to fix the drainage issues. The crack should be sealed to prevent further deterioration or remove and reconstruct to a full depth if it's involved any support issues. Okay, next is the surface deformation. The sketch, as you can see from the slide, shows the different types of surface deformation such as rutting, corrugation, shoving, and depression. This permanent deformation occurs when the surface undergoes changes from its original level due to traffic loading, environmental factors, and of course lack of compaction during construction. This also will affect the riding quality and may lead to cracks. Right, this is rutting. Ruts in asphalt pavements are depressions along the wheel path. It results from the consolidation of lateral movement of any of the pavement layers or subgrade under the traffic loading. It is caused by insufficient pavement thickness, lack of compaction of the asphalt, weak asphalt mixtures, or moisture infiltration. So to fix the problem, if the rutting is minor, the depressions can be filled and overlaid. But if the deformations are severe, the rut area should be removed and replaced with suitable material. Okay, this is depressions, a type of surface deformation. Okay, the depression is localized pavement surface with slightly lower elevations than the surrounding pavement. And depressions are very noticeable, especially after raining when they are filled with water. So to fix it, depending on the severity of the depression, the asphalt may have to be removed and replaced. If it's severe, and for less severe depressions, it can be fixed by applying a thin surface patch. Okay, here we have a shoving and corrugation. So for shoving, it can occur at location having severe horizontal stresses such as intersection. It is a formation of a wave on the road surface where we have braking or acceleration movement of the traffic. It is caused by the excess bitumen or too much fine aggregate or a weak granular base. And then for the corrugation, it is a formation of plastic movement or wavy surface where the distortion is perpendicular to the traffic direction. Okay, next is the surface defects. This type of distress covers the loss of surfacing materials and surface micro and macro texture. And this will give significant impact on the serviceability and safety of the road user, where it will reduce the skid resistance. Based on the sketch, you can see the different types of surface defects such as delamination, polishing, bleeding, and raveling. This is polishing. It refers to areas of asphalt pavement where the portion of aggregate being polished or with lack of angular aggregate particles on the pavement surface. This can reduce the skid resistance. So for treatment, the thin overlay can be applied on the pavement surface. Okay, another type of surface defect is the bleeding phenomenon, okay, which refers to a thin layer of bitumen appear on the pavement surface. So this thin layer of bitumen will reduce the texture depth and also skid resistance of the pavement, especially under wet condition. Bleeding can occur as a result of excessive bitumen in the asphalt due to a poor mix design or manufacturing problem. So for treatment, in the case of minor bleeding, the coarse sand can be used to blot up the excess bitumen. And for major bleeding, it can be corrected by cutting off the excess bitumen or can be resurfacing. Okay, this slide shows to us delamination problem, which refers to the separation of the top wearing layer from the layer underneath due to the poor bonding of the two layers. The causes of delamination problem can be as a result of a lack of tap coat between the two layers and also seepage of water through the surface layer. So therefore, the strong bonding between the two layers should be ensured before laying the wearing course or the overlay by providing enough coating with a good quality of bitumen selection. Okay, next we have stripping and raveling. It is an ongoing separation of aggregate particles on a pavement surface. And usually the fine aggregates will strip out from the pavement and leaving a rough surface. So there are many reasons why raveling can occur, but one of the common causes is due to the lack of adhesion between the aggregate and the binder. So for treatment, a thin hot mix overlay can be applied, or if you think of other solutions such as the chip seal or microsurfacing. Right, next we have a pothole and patch. Okay, pothole is a bowl-shaped depression in the pavement from the loss of wearing course and binder course material. It occurs when traffic breaches small pieces of pavement and allows the water to enter and disintegrate the structure. So potholes basically are the results of moisture infiltration and also the end result of untreated alligator cracking. It can be fixed using different patching techniques and material. And then we have patch. Patch is actually a repair section where a portion of old pavement has been removed and then replaced with new materials. So defect can occur within a patch or the patch area that is higher or lower than the existing pavement surface, which can cause roughness. Okay, here we have edge defects, which occur along the interface between the pavement and the road shoulder. It becomes more significant if the road shoulder is unpaved. So the possible causes of these defects are due to the inadequate pavement width and improper alignment, which causing the driver to travel on the pavement edge. And then due to lack of edge support, and also as a result of low quality shoulder material. As you can see from the slide, there are two types of edge defects. The first one is the edge drop-off, which refers to the difference in elevation between the traffic lane and the shoulder due to settlement or erosion. And then the edge break, where the edge of the pavement breaks, which can cause the water to penetrate and weaken the underneath layer. So for treatments, it requires pavement widening, realignment, shoulder strengthening, and leveling of the shoulder with the road surface. Okay, that's all for the pavement distress. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum.